Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a guide for round 30 of the manufacturer series. Let's get this started. Bring yourself to the right side of the track and brake before you reach the 50-meter mark. This will be a bit more of a quick burst of braking, and take your time slowly accelerating so you don't hit the wall on the right. You want to try to get really fast corner exits with this car since this car has no top speed, so you gotta try to make up as much time as you can through the corners. Your next braking point is before you reach the 100-meter mark, so you want to brake hard for a short while. Try to bring yourself to the apexes and do lots of throttle control as you go through the docks. Just try not to be too aggressive with the throttle. Do not bring all four wheels onto the red and white curbs, as that will trigger an off-track penalty. Now bring yourself to the left side of the track, brake just after you reach the 50-meter mark. Quick burst of braking and take your time slowly accelerating so you don't hit the wall on the left. We'll fast forward through this section. You can easily take it at full throttle. Even this turn right here, just try to keep the car nice and steady. Then bring yourself to the left and brake just after you reach the 150-meter mark. You'll be braking hard for a while here. Then when you turn in, you can start to ease off of the brakes, let the car quickly rotate around this hairpin, and then start to fully accelerate. Bring yourself to the left and brake just after the 50-meter mark. You won't be braking for that long. Do lots of throttle control through here. Use a tiny bit of braking if necessary. Bring yourself to the right and brake at the 50-meter mark. Just get the car to quickly rotate around this turn, fully accelerate, and you are good to go. Let's complete this lap and then we'll go ahead and quickly talk about the strategies. For the qualifying session, you're going to have 10 minutes to try to get a good qualifying time. And this one's a little interesting because the pit stop is located at the hairpin a bit before the start finish line. So you're not going to have much time to warm up the tires and space yourself out between yourself and the cars ahead and behind you. But do make sure that you are within the slipstream range, which is 3/4 of a second within the car ahead of you, because slipstream is going to be important here. So this track is mainly composed of high-speed sections, so there's going to be lots of opportunities to just try to go as fast as you can, and the slipstream is going to help you go faster and get yourself a better qualifying time. And if you're in a handling car like the Porsche 911 RSR, you need to be within that slipstream range so you can keep up with the power cars. And once again, when you do 1 to 2 qualifying laps, you're going to do the back out and jump back in strategy, where you press options, exit, enter course for the lobbies, or qualifying for the actual race itself. This will save you from having to do an in lap and the whole pit stop animation sequence. You just spawn back at the pit box with a new set of racing medium tires, and all you have to do is just go back out and start your next laps. And you just want to repeat this process until you run out of time. For this race, this is going to be a pretty easy one stop. You just want to go for a tire change. You want to try to not have to refuel at all. So for some cars like the Porsche 911 RSR, they might have to do a little fuel saving to try to not have to refuel. Speaking of the Porsche, oh my goodness. So you've probably looked at my time and you've probably wondered, okay, why is this guy's time 2 seconds slower than some of the top guys? And the answer to that is that this car basically has no top speed. And it's going to be at a huge disadvantage because this track is mainly composed of high speed areas. So you basically need to live under someone's slipstream to even keep up with them, because the moment you lose it, you're going to end up falling behind. And it doesn't help that the Porsche needs to fuel save a little bit as well, because whenever it has to fuel save, its pace is going to noticeably slow down. When it comes to the Porsche, you'll need to shift when the bar on the bottom of the screen is just about to fill up, and if you do it right, it should give you just enough distance to be able to make the whole race without having to refuel. And you're going to be down to the single digits when it comes to the fuel, and yeah, you're going to be cutting it a little close. For other cars, you might need to shift a little bit earlier, or potentially you may not even have to fuel save at all. So the fuel economy is going to vary depending on the car that you're in. So just make sure you do a quick practice race so you can have a good idea of if you'll have to do any fuel saving or not. And I do want to note that the pit stop here at South Inner Loop or South Outer Loop is in a weird place. It is just after this hairpin. You just keep on going and you're going to enter this parking garage and there's your pit stop. So you want to pit between laps 8 and 10 to get a new set of racing medium tires. Hopefully you don't have to refuel at all. When you want to pit is going to depend on your car and the situation around you. Let's say you're on lap 9 and there's no traffic behind you for a good while, then you can definitely think about pitting at that time, because when you pit out, there's very little chance that you'll end up pitting out into traffic. Or if everyone is pitting at a certain lap and you're within that group of cars, you can just pit in with them so you don't have to worry about pitting out into traffic once again. And one last time, just stay within the slipstream so you can keep up with the cars ahead of you, or if you're in a power car, you can definitely get some good overtakes done. If you're in a handling car, you just need to try to keep up with them, so stay in the slipstream so you won't get left behind. And that pretty much concludes this manufacturer series guide, and for the whole entire 2020 season guides. So it's actually pretty weird to say that. Even after I made the Nations Guide, it still feels weird to say that this is all over. I'm not sure what I'm going to do now with all this free time. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. I've been thinking about doing a bit of Assetto Corsa, a bit of just GT Sport lobbies, not the sport mode because the penalty system there is pure trash. I do want to do an endurance series. I've been thinking about that. I have been saying it and I want to get to work on that. So hopefully I'll have that up soon, and well, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and figure out what the heck to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let you all go now. Thank you all for watching these videos, whether you've been watching these videos for a short time or for a long time. I give you all a huge thank you. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. Messier, wishing you all a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.